Hey, precious people. How are you? So the house has gone back up in flames a number of times, and they released it back to me. And I came in and it was smoldering, so I called them back and they're putting some more water on stuff. Hey, Erin. Hi, Brazen Blender. Hi, Mrs. Curator of Cannabis. Oh my God, I love her name. Raina, hello. Hi, Dee. How you doing, beautiful? Hey, Belinda. Hey, Jocelyn. Hi, Tara Brown. Hi, Allison. So yeah, this is what's left. I can't get too close, but this bedroom here in the front, my friend Vanessa's been sleeping in that bedroom for about 2 months. She just went home last weekend, and I mean, you can see like the entire top floor, the roof and stuff is gone. My master bedroom's gone, so like any chance of saving any of our personal belongings is, out the window, unfortunately. I just want to say Nick lost his kitties, and they were like his last tie to his mother, so he is extremely distraught. So if you guys follow Nick Snyder or the viewer's voice, please send him some encouragement. I'm afraid that he'll withdraw even worse, and losing the kitties is a big blow. I mean, we're so lucky to be alive, you guys. We are so lucky. This landlord was trying to kill us. I am not kidding. Hey, Shitty. Hi, Belinda. Hi, Debbie. Patricia. Belinda, it was an electrical fire. There's a lot of issues in this house that I've been complaining about for a year. I have sent my landlord 38 FedEx letters, a lawyer letter, and a lawsuit, and they still haven't addressed the problems, and I'm sure that contributed to this. I found out this morning from the fire investigator that the reason why the smoke alarms didn't go off was because they were painted over. At this point, I feel like they were trying to kill us, and honestly, it's nothing. I know like people don't like it when you talk about the J word, but it is nothing but Jesus that we're even still here, because for the guys to be awake at 3:45 in the morning, I don't know how Dustin got in my room, honestly, to get me out. I'm such a heavy sleeper. And if they'd have been asleep, the fire was going for 15, 20, 30 minutes before we even knew about it. We would have died of smoke inhalation if they had been asleep. So Dustin was in this room here on the bottom floor. That was my office. He was in there editing a video, and he said he was not feeling good, but he didn't really think anything about it. And then when Nick came inside, Nick was sitting outside, which he loves to do. I don't know why, but he was sitting outside, and he came inside, and he's like, "Don't you smell that?" And I went up to their bedroom to check on the dogs, and when they opened their closet door, there was black smoke billowing through the air return. So, they scooped up their dogs, and Dustin ran down the hall to come get me. I mean, it's a big house, and it was quite a run. He said like the cloud of smoke followed him over there, and then he was pounding on my door for several minutes. I didn't wake up, so he somehow managed to get my door open and came in and yelled and woke me up. I inadvertently showed him my VJ when I was trying to pop out of bed. I'm sure he's traumatized from that. I'm trying to have a sense of humor about stuff, but I do recognize that we are so lucky to be so lucky to be alive. And hi, Irish, thank you. And I do have insurance. I have good insurance. It's actual cash value insurance, which means they'll pay the replacement cost of things. You guys don't skimp on your insurance. And if your house catches fire in the middle of the night, do yourself a favor. Don't grab your toothbrush, grab your skincare, because trying to find skincare on a moment's notice is near impossible, and I'm going to look like I'm 82 years old by the end of the week. But there's the main entrance. Like I said, they're just putting some more water on it to make sure that it doesn't continue to smolder. And, the more water they put on stuff, obviously, the less likely it's going to be that we would be able to salvage anything. But, you can see all the trees around here. And this property is 12 acres of forest. So, if it does catch fire and it catches the trees, that could be really bad for the entire city. So, I had to call them back out here. on the bottom floor there, that's my kitchen. On the left, and then on the far right is my laundry room. That was pretty unscathed yesterday, just a lot of water damage. I was able to recover a couple of items that had a lot of sentimental value from the laundry room. My exercise room, I may be able to recover some of my exercise equipment, I'm not sure. That room on the top floor there is completely burned out. That was my makeup room. And over here on the side of the house, the fire investigator was nice enough to pull my car out for me, but that was where my bedroom was above the garage, and it's just completely gone. They went up there yesterday and they said all my clothes are melted. There is a chimney in front of what was my bedroom door, so for sure if Dustin hadn't have come and rescued me and Yogi would not be here. So I know Dustin's sassy, I know he's mouthy, but I really do, I love him, and you guys, he is a hero, so don't let anybody tell you any different. Hi Rose. Oh, Raina, I'll send you my stuff. If you message Taylor or the page, like, she'll definitely provide you with the office address. Thank you, Brazen. Jojo, everyone always has multiple escape plans. It could happen to anyone. I have 4 disabled cats. We have multiple ways to get them out. Yeah, my worst fear, ironically, has always been dying in a house fire with my animals. And unfortunately, I lost all my animals' ashes that were on a table next to my bed. But I've always kept an emergency leash in my armoire next to my bed, because I figure you never really know what a dog is gonna do, you know, how they're gonna behave if there's an emergency. So Rhonda, there was an electrical fire. The landlord painted over the smoke detectors, so there was no way they were gonna work. I mean, y'all know I cuss now. I told those motherfuckers what for yesterday when they called me and tried to tell me how sorry they were and how if I need anything to call them. I said, you know what, if y'all motherfuckers would have listened to me for the last year when I've been begging you, when I sent you 38 FedEx letters begging you to pay attention to the issues in this house, this wouldn't have happened. So I don't even want to hear from you. You can call my lawyer. That's what I told them. So thanks, Raina. Yeah, Nick is really suffering. Hey, Sandy. So if any of the OAB squad is in here, I think Rose was here. Rose, if you could reach out to Jamie and maybe some of the other OABs, I would love to organize kind of a Zoom party, maybe to cheer up Nick. You know, he loves him in OAB, and I think it would be amazing for him to just have some, you know, some motherly love and advice from all of us. Yeah, and I'd like to organize that ASAP. Alice, please put an emergency leash in your room. Yogi was so good. I mean, he's just Yogi. He was just like, oh, okay, you know, but if he would have freaked out, that leash would have meant the difference between him living and dying. So please, 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 if you have cats, have carriers. Buy a couple of carriers. Even if you have 2 or 3 cats and you have to throw them all in one carrier, put carriers in different areas of the house. Because I'm telling you, if we'd have had carriers, we would have been able to save the cats. We had to get the dogs out first and then try to go back for the cats, but the fire department wouldn't let us. And at first they thought it was just the AC unit, and they thought that they had the fire under control, and they were going to release the house back to us. And matter of fact, some of the engines left, and they were just about to let us back in, and then all of a sudden the flames shot up out of the ceiling. And this house had solar panels, so the solar panels make it very difficult for them to see into the attic space and stuff, and the attic was inaccessible, the part where the fire was. But like I said, 1,000,000% we should all be dead. So if you guys don't believe God is real, believe it, because let me tell you something. I walked into my house and there was every one of my crosses was intact. Belinda, an OAB a few years ago, a problematic influencer called a bunch of us old ass bitches, and so we adopted it and became the OAB squad. And it's just like a lot of us older ladies, you know, that are on YouTube and Twitter made made a joke out of it. So thank you, Tiffany. We appreciate you guys. Oh, Monica, I'm so sorry. Yeah, we're probably going to lose our garage too, because the master bedroom, the water to the house is turned off, but for some reason there's still water in the master bedroom, and it's just a lot of weight, and they're pretty sure it's going to collapse into the garage. Hi, Stacy. Thank you. Hi, Diana. How you doing, beautiful? Yes, Belinda, most definitely. Like I said, I want to get as many people, like I said, anyone's welcome, but particularly women over 35. Nick loves him an older broad. So, I think with the loss of his mom, it would make him feel very good to have some, some motherly influences just love on him. He really needs that. Yeah, I mean, and custom homes are particularly problematic when it comes to these things. There's just a lot of times no rhyme or reason. Like I said, the part of the attic where there was an issue, they couldn't even get to. So this side of the house over here was my side, and the boys were over on the other side. And like I said, it was nothing but God, because the black smoke, the fire was in the center of the house, more towards my side, but the black smoke, because of the way the ducting was coming out the return in their closet, and that's what alerted them. I mean, if they'd have gone upstairs and gone to bed and fallen asleep, we for sure all would have died, every last one of us. So I mean, it's so tragic that Nick lost his cats. I can't even tell you, but I mean, we're so lucky to be alive. Yeah, Steve, that cats are always hard. We did have them confined in this house. So, because in a big house like this, they'll get lost, and Garfield used to like to hide. So we had them in the exercise room most of the time. And so we knew where they were. And I begged the firefighters, but at first they didn't think it was serious enough to warrant trying to remove them and traumatizing them. And then when the house went up in flames, you can't really ask the firefighters to risk their lives to save the cats. So I mean, it's horrible and it's tragic, but like I said, if we'd have had carriers throughout the house, or at least carriers in that room, and we had talked about it, but they haven't been here that long, and so we just hadn't gotten around to doing it. Get around to doing it. Don't wait. And please, if you rent or if you own, check your insurance policy. Pay the extra money, get the actual cash value, get a low deductible. I was robbed at my home in California when I was in the process of moving, and I called my insurance company, and they told me that my deductible was $38,000. I had no idea. And so I lost the things that the people stole. No big deal. I moved on. I came here. I replaced those things, and now, of course, not anymore. But my deductible is $500. I'm very blessed. I have good insurance. It's going to be enough to at least get us a roof over our heads and the things that we need. Please. And I'm going to tell you, my renter's insurance is $52 a month. So don't shop around. You have 6 cats that are 18 years old. You know what? I used to have 6 or 7 cats, and they all got to be old like that, and that was like a constant thing for me. I would suggest, if you can, like confining them at certain times of day. So, yeah, I mean, I really just want to try to help other people who might go through this in the future. And like I said, I'm not complaining. We are very blessed. We should not be alive. I mean, God must have a real plan for all of us, because we should not be here. We should not be here. Like I said, these people were literally trying to kill us. And the fact that we're still here and my crosses all survived is amazing. So, I didn't get emotional yesterday. I with Nick being so upset, I felt it was really important for me to maintain, And when I was talking to my office manager, Misty, she's been with me for about 10 years. And about 10 years ago, they were in a really bad situation financially. And they just had their 5th baby, and they didn't have a car. So I gave them my car. And for Christmas, they bought me this little gift. And it was a pink blanket with a little set of booties that were attached. And I took that pink blanket. It has been every single trip I've been on. Every place I've been in the world, that pink blanket has been with me. And I said to Misty yesterday, I said, I'm really kind of bummed that my pink blanket isn't going to make any more you know, isn't going to have any more adventures with me. And when I walked into my laundry room, the pink blanket was clean and in the closet, dry and untouched. And that meant so much to me. Just a little throw blanket. You know, you just never know. You just never know. But people, stuff is stuff. You know, we don't need it. I'm certainly not going to bother replacing most of the things that I had. I think this is a good opportunity for me to, you know, live more lean and just have what I need and not try to have more. Thank you, Jen. I love you so much. Yeah, it really was. And then the other thing Misty had bought me, if you saw the picture that I posted with the cross still hanging on the wall in the entryway, right below that there was a white jar. It's a blessing jar. And some of you guys may have come to my birthday party, and I encourage you guys to write a blessing and put the blessings in it. Because it's one of those things that, like, when you're having a crappy day, you're supposed to, like, reach into the blessing jar and you take out a blessing that someone wrote you. And I'm going to tell you, every single one of those blessings was absolutely dry. There was not a speck of water inside that thing, and I rescued it, and it means so much to me. So much to me. So, you know, even in the ashes, you can find some good. And let me tell you, these guys have done everything they could for us. They've been at this house 7-8 times. It's gone back up numerous times, and they've just been absolutely amazing to us. I can't express enough. And I know people were asking about GoFundMes and stuff like that. You guys, even having lost everything, I know that I have more than most people. I have the ability. I'm not going to go hungry today. You know what I mean? I was able to go to Walmart and buy some clothes. I can't ask people to donate, but if people want to support Gerard Cosmetics, that would be amazing. The pandemic has, you know, hit the makeup industry very, very hard. You guys know some of the biggest brands out there have gone under. I'm still here, but it's because I've been, you know, putting my personal money into the company to keep it going. And I really, 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 you know, if I didn't have to do that, that would be amazing right now. So if you want to encourage people to shop at Gerard Cosmetics, I would appreciate that, but there won't be any GoFundMes or anything. Whoever was asking, yes, it was an electrical fire. The landlord painted over the smoke detectors so they weren't working, and we all should be dead, and we're not. So thank you, Rhonda. We love you so much. Thank you, Alex. We're good. We're good. Don't be sad. We're good. We're alive. It could be nothing but God. It would be a completely different story. Just a completely different story. So, you know, please don't feel sorry for us. Like I said, I really just, if anything, I know people are curious, and you know, I want to make sure I answer all your questions, and like I said, try to give you little pieces of advice that would have made, you know, a difference here and a difference there for us. You know what I mean? The other thing that I would say is, if you have valuable papers, I had all my corporate books here. I was lucky that the room on the lower floor on the left-hand side of the house was untouched as of yesterday. They just put a bunch of water on it this morning, so I think it's gone now, but I was able to save my corporate books. So I had a safe that had my birth certificate in it and stuff like that. So I would just recommend, if you have a place off-site where you can keep your you know, your important papers and books and stuff, that would be great. At the very least, make sure that you have digital copies of everything. You know, I'm lucky I can replace my birth certificate. Dustin grabbed his because he's adopted and he wouldn't be able to get another one if you know, if it were to burn up. So, and please, if there is a fire, do not try to save your stuff. Do not. You do not know what's going on, and you do not know how long you might have. You might think you have minutes and you have seconds. So please, please, please just get out. The stuff doesn't matter, you know. There are times in my life when if you asked me if stuff mattered, I would tell you it did. But today, it doesn't matter. It does not matter in the slightest. What matters is my friends saved my life. Saved my life. Fell in better with the Irish. I love the name. The landlord he's not going to do this to anybody else. I promise you that. I promise you. Well, they say the fire safes don't really do anything, but I would definitely recommend having any important papers you have, like, Dropbox. You can get a free account that'll hold most things that you might need: your birth certificate, your insurance documents, receipts for any valuables that you might have purchased, and of course, like, back up your photos and things like that. I do have a jar full of blessings, so hopefully there'll be a time when people can come and visit us again and y'all can write us a blessing. Thank you, Monica. Yeah, Dropbox is amazing, and like I said, you don't even have to pay for a basic account that could hold the basic things that you need. So, but like I said, read your insurance policy, spend an hour asking questions, and don't just go with whoever's the cheapest. When I came here, I had State Farm, and they were very expensive. And I changed over to another company that I had a history with, that I knew for sure would be really good. I was able, because I don't have an agent, I was able to call them at 4 o'clock in the morning. At 4 o'clock in the morning, they were already working on getting us a hotel to stay in. It's just, like I said, really, really, really research, read the reviews. No insurance company is perfect, but, yeah. I agree with that. The fire safes aren't really fire safe. They can only take a little bit. The reclamation company is going to try to get up to the master bedroom. I found the keys for my safes up there, and my gun is in there, and my passport, and I had some cash and a few other things. Yogi's his therapy dog ID and all of that stuff. So they're going to try to reclaim that for us if they can. Yeah, well, when you have a fire is not when you want to find out that there's a problem. So like I said, please read your insurance documents, take the time, and have a leash and or carriers for your animals next to your bed, where you would be when you're most vulnerable. You know what I mean? And because I've had that there for so many years, even in the middle of the night, completely out of it, recovering from COVID. We've all had COVID, and we were just getting over it. I tested negative on Saturday, so even with that, we still were able to, I knew instinctively I have a leash in there, and even though Yogi is very calm, I didn't want to take any chances. I put the leash on him, and he was like, "Okay, Gran, where are we going?" And I mean, the leash still had the tags on it. That's, but it may have saved his life, So please, please, please. I think they turned off the water, so I think they might be getting ready to leave again. But yeah, over on my Instagram story, I did post like this room here on the top floor. You can't really see it, it's gone, but okay, yeah, they're clearing. Good. So anyways, I'll try to come on later if I can. But yeah, please spread the word. Like, send Nick some love, please, and just please check your stuff. And when you find yourself, Dustin said to me yesterday morning, he said, "Jenna, we have the worst luck. Every August my life gets turned upside down." I said, "Dustin, we are very lucky. Do you even know what the fire marshal just told me? Like, we should not be here. You saved my life. Like, you don't understand. Like, we are very blessed. We can't control what happens to us, but we can always control how we react to it. Sometimes we can be real proud of what we do, and sometimes, maybe not so much. But I'm just telling you, there's always a brighter day ahead. Today's a shitty day, but tomorrow's going to be better. And the day after that is going to be better. So I thank you guys for your support. Like I said, please go to It's Nick Snyder on Twitter, or The Viewer's Voice here on YouTube. Drop him some motherly love, and we'll try to get a OAB Zoom party going. Hi, Sydney. My house burnt when I was 13. We were out of state. It's hard when all you have is one outfit. Yep. Girl, I walked out in a dress with not even a pair of underwear. And I was in that for about 15 hours. So we love you. Thank you so much.